Wait, did I
Totally
mute
calling
already?
your number. Nobody's answering. How dare you have this number flashing across the screen and no one's answering it? If you would answer, I mean, seriously, it's the least you could do.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to The Least We Could Do with your hosts, Jimmy and Dwayne. Hey. Hey.
Good to see you, Kyle. Good to see you, Dwayne. How's everybody doing?
To you, Jimmy.
It's another show, everybody. The least we could do, and it is. We're checking in again for show number. What is this? 18? Is that right?
18, 19.
Show number 18 should have been 19, but Dwayne had to go out of town last week. Kyle, how did you enjoy your week off? Did you do anything fun?
Yeah, I watched a lot of Netflix this week. I watched a lot of Ratchet, and also the finale of Mandalorian happened. I wasn't crying. You were crying.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
talk about that some.
Everybody's got something to say about Mandalorian. It's the new thing all the kids are talking about. And as we know, I had questions today. We all had to make sure that we were clear of the runway, and we had already seen it. So we'll get into that. Spoiler alert to anybody. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah,
Dwayne,
we're gonna spoil some shit.
Dwayne, you were out of town. You did a good thing. You went to help your mama. She was moving from one trailer to another, I suppose, over there in Louisiana. And no offense, I'm sure she's got a real nice trailer. But how'd the move go? Was it good to see your family again?
Yeah, it was fine. The move went fairly smoothly. Nothing got broken.
Good.
It was weird. Like, she hadn't seen the place that she was moving into before she moved into it.
Okay.
Which was weird.
How do you do that? Sight unseen? I mean, I've done it. But how did she end up doing it?
She's fucking 80 some odd years old trying to do shit in the middle of a pandemic.
Got it. Yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of open houses that you want to go to, but she's happy where she is, and she's safe, and she's got all her things.
There seems to be an echo in here tonight. If you guys haven't, I'm redecorating, and my rug hasn't come in yet.
Oh, you put up too many hard things.
So I got a hard thing for you.
Yeah, I know you do. Dwayne, we couldn't do this show if it wasn't for our sponsors. This show comes to you every Saturday, 8 to 10. We're on the Facebooks, we're on the Twitch, we're on the YouTubes. Share it. This is the time. If you're watching us, share it right now. We're going to be getting into, if you didn't already know, the National Beard and Mustache Championships just wrapped up. They just awarded all the awards, and Best in Show was awarded. And I just got information. We are going to have a visit from Best in Show. Best in Show in the nation. Will be joining us here in a little bit, and we'll keep the suspense going, and we'll reveal it when he joins us. But our sponsors, we couldn't do the show.
Could hint.
Bookworm.
Okay. Yeah, that's a valid hint.
Maybe that's our drinking word. Do we already have a drinking word?
I mean, beard was what I came up with.
Okay.
Beards.
I like it.
But
Beard is beards
bookworm
work.
works too.
Drinking word of the night is beards. Everybody drink along as we mention our sponsors. First and foremost, Styco's Nut Scrub. Cleaning Texas one nut at a time. It's one of the best industrial hand cleaners. Get your Styco's Nut Scrub. It's Styco's website. We don't know what it is.
If your hands are damaged, calloused, rough, it's good for that too.
I work in the automotive industry,
Look at those paws.
and my hands are gorgeous, gorgeous hands, and
Be a
soft,
model.
supple. Thanks to Styco's Nut Scrub. Ancient Astronaut Theorist University, big sponsor. We're actually having our first guest tonight is Jackson Million. She's going to be coming to us. She's the vice assistant dean of Ancient Astronaut Theorist University. We're going to be talking a little bit about the metaphysical. We've got the winter solstice that's coming up, and that's important. All things celestial.
Exactly. 21st.
Referred to Ancient Astronaut Theorist University. Also, don't forget we've got these pins. We have these pins that still are not listed on anything where you can buy them, but I have them. Some people have reached out to me directly and said, Jimmy, let me get some of these pins. I love them. And I've told them
one of those people.
You can do that. It's annoying, and it makes me mad at me because I'm just so lazy. Kyle helped me. He came over here and organized things, but he didn't list anything. So
hey,
I got to teach him how to list stuff now.
If you guys want one of those pins and you're down to do something that's going to take you a while, just send us an email at forget that last dot.
Show
at gmail.
At gmail.
Show?
Yeah, it's .show.
Oh, jeez. We got the wrong email.
Yeah, you can email us. Jackson Million, and I think her friend Kat is going to join us. They're going to be you're
right. National Beard and Mustache.
They're going to be joining us from Ancient Astronaut Theorist University. Also, let's get the sponsors out of there. Fluffy White Biscuits. We got Fluffy White Biscuits as always. Big sponsor of the show. She's back in Texas, actually at the beach right now. Fluffy White Biscuits. Who am I missing? Austin Facial Hair Club store. We got a cease and desist. We're not allowed to say that we're sponsored by the Austin Facial Hair Club.
Oh, we did get a cease and desist?
Yeah, they sent us. But AustinFacialHairClub.com. Go there, and you can go to the store. We're sponsored by the store. Oh, we have to be very clear about that.
Gotcha. We got to plug.
Club wants nothing to do with our show.
Kyle, we need new graphics on Fluffy White Biscuits because the pink mohawk is gone.
Oh, what is she rocking now?
She's got purple booties with a purple tail.
Okay. All right. Well, look,
I think maybe some purple eyelashes.
I'm looking down below and I'm seeing somebody hanging out in the green room right now.
Oh, is that Best in Show?
It is. Can we bring him on? Best in Show of the National Beard and Mustache Championships, which just wrapped up. Oh my gosh, here he is.
The sexiest librarian in America, folks, right
here. Ever sexiest librarian. He's a book nerd, a bookworm. Here he is, Drew McNaughton. How are you? How you feeling?
Hiya, Drew.
Oh, we don't have any sound.
Oh, we don't have any sound.
I'm not going to click on mute. Hold on. I
got him.
Drew, you're going to have to click unmute on this page, please.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Okay. Kyle's talking to you. That's always bad.
Oh, yeah, he's in a box.
He's in a box.
It's in a box.
Okay.
It's a very small box. He's a very tall man.
Drew,
you still need to click unmute on your face down
on
here.
your face thing. Do you see it?
It wasn't. It wasn't you
there
guys.
he is.
It was me. Technical difficulties. User to instrument.
We get
Good thing you work at a book factory and not a computer factory. Am I right, Drew?
Exactly. I picked the books right off the trees and then feed them to the world.
We're used to it, Drew. We deal with Jimmy every show.
It's all
His
good.
mic doesn't work.
So
well, it's like as soon as you get used to one technology, someone goes, "Hey, here's a new technology. Load it up, figure it out. You got it. You're smart."
Jimmy's what we like to call a shit technologist.
Yeah, what were you stuck on? Mimeograph or the
You almost got to miss that smell.
You do kind of.
Drew, you've competed in nationals before, am I right? How had you fared in the past?
I competed last year and got 5th.
Okay.
So this is a big jump up from whatever 5th represents in Garibaldi to freaking best in show. It's nuts.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have gone and groomed more. I feel like at least I didn't wear my at least I didn't have my freaking mask on. So
now is
Not-
Garibaldi your normal category? Is that where you normally are? I think you've also been in some full beard naturals, am I right?
yeah, usually I'm in that 8-inch sweet spot. It's not my terminal length, but anything over that is terminal sexy. So, right around 8 inches is my sweet spot, but not every show's going to have Garibaldi.
True.
And it's tough being in a groomed category sometimes with very general, because I don't do my mustache. This thing won't listen to me. Gary's got a mind of his own. So
yeah, I noticed you've got a name for your beard.
yeah, Gary TM Baldy. The TM stands for Totes My Goats.
Got it.
MJ's kind of my my beard guru.
Okay.
So at Worlds, whenever that was last year, I guess, he asked
year is
me
this again?
he was asking people, what's the name of your beard? So I felt compelled to, and I'm not very imaginative. So
Okay.
Gary Baldy,
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense.
But you added the middle initials, which is
well, again, MJ suggested some middle initials, so I seemed worldly and interesting, I suppose.
so.
Like I said, he's my beard guru.
What's next for you, beard wise? Like after you conquer national best in show, where do you go from here?
Well, I go back to work and see, I told you so. I told you. Now you can market me as the number one. Now, technically, can I say, since I won best in show, I have the best beard in the nation right now? Is
I
that
believe in the nation? You can
I
claim
feel like
that.
that's valid.
that's
yeah.
awesome? Because my
Yeah.
wife gave me some, I told her, I was like, hey, I've been invited to be on a podcast. So she gave me some advice. She's like, hey, don't be a douche.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, these people know me already. So, I can't fake it too much. But, that's my hope. My next step is don't be a douche.
Okay.
Is this a PG-13? Should I move to less?
Oh, this is like X.
Yeah, you can say whatever
nice.
you
This is
want.
filthy. This is a filthy show.
So the wait was long. I think we wrapped up the submissions around like October 10th or something like that. So how was it waiting, and did we do a good job of keeping the secret? I don't think any of the information leaked out.
The most I heard was the picture that you all had put out as kind of the, when you were advertising for it coming up.
With all the finalists.
I heard a rumor that everyone that was in that picture was a finalist, but being a librarian, I researched it. I couldn't find like a definitive answer to say everyone in this block of pictures is a finalist. So, that I hope for the best. I had no idea. I mean, I was hoping for like 3rd place. That's my sweet spot, really.
Okay.
But best in show, holy cow, it's going to go to my head, and I'm, so it's nuts.
Like, so Drew, are there I'm sure there are, you go into the break room there at your library facility, and there's like the weekly or the monthly periodicals, right?
Sure.
And is it like Librarian Weekly?
So are you talking about Science Today or Time Magazine? Because
No,
Time
I'm
Magazine actually has a weird, kind of distribution.
I'm talking more like, is there a chance to get you on the cover of Librarian Monthly or something like that. If nothing else, are there some Photoshop wizards? Eric Brooks, where are you?
Jimmy, are you offering to be my agent?
Yes.
Because get
At least
on that
publicist,
right away.
right?
Because I want to be on the cover of Library Journal. Now, granted,
See, I knew
it
I
is
knew
a
he'd know the
serious publication, so
Mhm.
you're really going to have to show your ability as an agent to get me on that. Because I always tell people when it comes to bearding and they're asking me questions about it, at the end of as I explain all the different categories and everything, and at the end I say, it's all silliness. But the
Right.
fact of the matter is it raises money for charity. And
Mhm.
really, this world right now could use a lot more silly.
Yeah.
And, so I don't know that you're going to get me on the cover of Library Journal, maybe something like Teen Beat, hopefully. But
yeah. Stay in your wheelhouse. I get it. I get it, Drew. You are a heartthrob. And
actually, probably more likely some Bears magazine. If you're familiar with that culture, that would
Yeah.
probably be the better bets.
Bears
Yeah,
in the wild.
have you thought about maybe an OnlyFans or something?
Sign up for my Pantheon, please. This is all I'm producing.
Hold on, what's
although
the address for that Pantheon?
Yeah, I'll be sending out clippings to all of my supporters.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
They do.
Because that's one nice thing about staying at 8 inches.
Now,
like I said, it's gone longer, but it starts to look a little scraggly.
yeah,
And then
I know what you're talking about. I get the scragglers. I'm probably due for a little bit of a trim, but I like living a lie. I lie to myself. It'll fill out. Everything's gonna be fine. One day I'll have a Brian Nelson beard. I mean, I think every man
You're dedicated, Jimmy. I like that.
Saying that to themselves one day.
I did feel like I made it when I could at it for a while, put this into like a 3-turn braid, but that was about it. And it was looking a little poor, but
well, I'm happy for you. I can't tell you how deserved Best in Show is. Your beard is spectacular. You looked great, and your submission was one that the judges, I think, you won them over with your charm.
Well, it's funny. So just a little bit of advice for anyone: if you really want to do well in a comp, complain about the judging before it's even started. So I was doing that as a joke, and then as I watched it, I was like, "Oh, you sound like a real douche." But then it's funny. Then when you win Best in Show, and during the video, you're actually complaining about the judging. So I highly recommend it to everybody out there. Just before the comp even starts, go to the judges and say, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But these judges obviously did. I love them. I love you all. I'll let you speak for a moment, Jimmy.
Well, I want you, and I appreciate that. That's a guest that knows this place.
Yeah.
So look, tell us about
Jimmy
libraries during this time, and I know they're about to cut us all $600 checks. How much of that money should we send to our local library, and is there anything that we can do to continue getting these kids educated while they're schooling at home?
Well, here's the good thing for y'all. You're already paying the library. So feel good about paying tax money. It's what keeps our country going. And this is a great country. We get through some crap, but and that's one thing. Libraries are one of the few government organizations that they can show a return on every dollar of taxes that goes to them. But you have to be using their resources. So if you want to show the library some love, walk in the doors, give them some door clicks, wear your mask nowadays. But even better, libraries are well equipped to serve you up ebooks, so you don't need to leave your home. They're doing innovative things with pickup, curbside pickup. So make sure you've got your library card. That's one way you can show your love to the library. Utilize the services of the library, and then know that that's part of what is going to fix this world, is using your libraries, getting educated, and asking the right questions.
I have a
don't
question.
Sure,
I have a
please.
library question, Drew. What is the etiquette for, let's say you check out a book, you get into it, you like it, you don't want to give it back. Should you call and say, look, I'm keeping this book, go ahead and charge me? Or should you just wait the period till they charge you? What should you
realize the best thing you could probably do is return the book and then buy it on Amazon, because here's
an
the thing.
extra trip,
Drew. If you keep
an extra trip that I got to make.
Well, then here's what you can do is you can keep the book and realize that the library is going to charge you a replacement fee.
Right,
so in a way, it might actually be good. So if you want to look at it that way, just saying, hey, I'm keeping the book. What's it going to cost me? And then just know that the next time you go to try to check something out, you're going to have to flip the bill for it. And it benefits the library because they're going to be able to get a new copy of it. Or, if it's one of those romance novels that you're reading, Dwayne, then, they may get something else different, like the one with the cowboy and the harlot rather than the pirates and the wench,
harlot,
so.
I think and her name's always Charlotte.
But look,
I just assume you read romance novels. I mean, every smart man does. So
I thumb through till I get to the good pages.
Her throbbing really breast and his bulging trouser.
Mostly his throbbing things is what excites me these days.
Listen, Dwayne. Listen, if you read through the book the first time and then you make that decision that you're going to keep the book, I say that it's the nice thing to do to your fellow readers to call, because, like, what if Dylan is waiting for that romance novel, and he's just waiting for you to return it, and it's like it's supposed to be out until January 1st, but then you don't come back.
I never bring it back.
You never bring it back. And then it's going to be like May until they finally say, hey, the book was stolen.
You're right. They probably don't replace it.
So you'll get a series of notices. One will be, hey, you're overdue, bring it on back. The next one will be, hey, by the way, you're overdue, bring it on back. The third one will be an even nicer response where they'll say, hey, we realize you haven't brought this back. We hope you enjoy it. So Dylan really wants it. I don't know that they'll put his name in specifically in the notice, but then they'll be like, and by the way, you owe us money for the book. So if you bring it back, no harm, no foul.
See, that's the message I'm waiting on, is the one, look, you're going to owe us,
Sure.
But I always feel like maybe I should reply to like the first, hey, it's late. Should I reply at that point and go, look, I'm not bringing it back?
That would be interesting, because it's rarely that someone said, and I bet you, here's knowing librarians, what you would do is you would call up. I mean, you might start reading and be like, gosh, this belongs on my shelf. And then at that moment, call them up and say, hey, I want to let you know, I love this book so much, you can't get it back. Plus, I soiled it a little bit. I got a little excited. So maybe it's for the best. I'm going to keep it.
That Graham Hancock, man, he really gets me going.
So for the kids that don't know, this is what an old phone looked like. That's what I'm trying to say, as opposed to... Well, this is what it should be now.
This is a really old phone.
Hey, Sarah,
and this is like a
mid-century this is what phone would be nowadays, or this.
Shut up.
So, but anyways, what they'll say to you is, that's interesting. That's not in our policies and procedures. Just wait, we will send you in 3 weeks an overdue notice, and don't respond to that. And then we'll send you another overdue notice, and don't respond to that. And then we'll send you another overdue notice, and don't respond to that one. But then when you come back and try to take a book out, then we'll charge you the $8.95.
That's what I'm saying. Should I just respond?
Yes.
And say, look, charge me for the book.
You should, when you're checking the book out, just pay for the book. Ask them how much.
I don't know at that point that I'm going to want
price is.
Let's do that. Walk up. Don't pull out your library card.
I feel like I'm saving.
Yes.
And then when they say, do you have your card? when they say, "Do you have your card?" Just give them your credit card.
Yeah. Look,
I'm paying
not
more than
returning.
retail for the book.
Yes, you are.
So it's benefiting the library.
Yes, you are.
Actually,
know,
you probably
yes, it is.
wouldn't pay more than retail for the book.
Oh, for this
You-
last one
you-
I did.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
then,
they get you, Drew. That's the only thing. But listen, you guys are too nice, because I don't know any time that because I've checked out a book many times and gotten that notice, like, you
Sure.
now owe us for the book, and it's like, I could get it on Amazon for $15. They're saying it's 80. And I go in there and I'm like, hey, look, I got this book. I don't want to pay this $80. Can I just turn it? And they're like, oh yeah, we'll take it. No problem. You don't
well,
know
keep
us.
in mind that the process that they have to go in the same way for you all, your time is golden.
Yeah.
So if you were getting paid to shop on Amazon, then that's the thing. That's what they have to do is they have to go either deal with a book vendor. And if you had to deal with book vendors, not to disparage all the book vendors out
No,
there,
they're terrible
but
people.
you'd be like, yeah, here's $100 instead
Yeah.
of 80. Those jacklegs.
How many times has the library offered to pay you to spray paint your beard and dress up like Santa?
Well, I don't work in a specific library, and luckily in the academic libraries that I did work in, all the students are home for the holidays, and
Right.
winter break starts like Monday, so everyone's going to be off through the holidays. The ivory tower and all those elites in higher education.
What is it
Has
like?
anyone
what
off
is
the
it like-
street offered to pay you to spray paint your beard and dress up like Santa?
Santa
No.
solicitations.
No, well, actually, let me just say no comment.
Okay.
Although I do avoid any kind of, this deserves its own display case. It is not a display case,
Right.
so it's like I should be hanging this on a tree rather than hanging anything off of it. So,
Well, Drew, I can't thank you enough for coming on. I'm so excited for you. Thank you for spreading the word about books. I mean, people need to hear about these things. They're important, and we should probably read more of them. And
that would help. Hey, a question for y'all.
yeah.
And I might be getting things mixed up. Is there a jacket that goes along with this? Or am I thinking about a whole nother thing? Is the jacket the Great American, or is that? I thought there was a Nationals jacket.
Was there a Nationals jacket? I don't remember.
I think,
don't
if there
know.
isn't, I think it's highly, yes, golf has jackets, and so
I
should
know
beards.
there was a World's jacket, right?
Was there a
don't
jacket last
remember.
year in Chicago? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I don't think so.
But you know what? I'm going to get you a jacket. What size jacket are you?
I'm 42 extra long. So,
42 extra long.
yeah.
Okay.
Extra long.
We'll
yeah,
make it happen. Somehow
awesome.
we're going to make it happen. Drew.
that's
No,
the Great
I-
American,
that's
according to those
not
guys.
this. Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
All right.
I
no
don't
jacket.
deserve it. It's not within the policies and
Well,
procedures.
how
and
about I
bylaws.
tell you what? How about we get you a nice windbreaker?
Members only. Although
Right?
now I'm asking for too much. My wife told me don't be a douche. Now I'm asking for a members only jacket.
I have a windbreaker right now, and it says like the National Hang Gliders Association.
There you go.
I don't know if it's going to fit you. I've got to double check. It might be a schmedium.
Can you just take some masking tape and put "Best in Show" over the bottom part
He's
of?
probably got a
hang
Best in
gliding.
Show patch somewhere that he could like throw on it
Nice.
at a nominal fee through Jimmy's
Drew,
Bazaar.
Thank you
You'll
so
have to
much.
go on Facebook
I can't wait to see you in person. And
Sometime soon. I'm looking forward.
Take care of
Finally, my
yourself.
chronic illnesses have paid off for me. I might get into like the second tranche of all of this stuff and get vaccinated.
There's
Oh,
two
good.
of them now.
And bonus, I heard there's a chip that's in it, so I'm gonna be freaking digital.
we're going to be talking to our next guest about that. Thanks, Drew.
It's good to
And,
see y'all.
and then, we're going to be talking to the assistant dean of Ancient Astronaut Theorist University. So we're going from scholar to scholar, And
Sweet.
thanks
We've
so
got
much.
so many
Congratulations.
people in the studio.
Congratulations, Drew.
Stage.
I leave all my meetings by waving at people. So thank y'all.
See
Good
you,
to
Bye,
see
Drew.
ya.
Drew. Man, it's good to see you.
Good to see y'all.
Congratulations.
McNaughton,
Thank you. I'm psyched. So
That-
in shock.
Best in Show National Beard and Mustache Championships 2020.
Cheers.
That's him in the flesh. And you know, I didn't even know that I was going to be in the competition. I had submitted, but I told the guys, you know, since I was working it, they didn't have to put it in there. I was very, very happy to see my name in lights, and I want to just give a
I
big
didn't-
shout out.
I didn't see you. I didn't.
Big shout out to Brian Nelson, MJ Johnson, and Randy Forsman. What an amazing job putting this thing together. It's been what a pleasure the last 6 months being a small part of it. And then also
great.
to Mike Wiebe and P. Lander Yellow Kengo. They did amazing. Orlando, our camera guy, director of photography, and Kelly Kuhn for helping us out on set. What an amazing cast,
Hair,
crew,
makeup.
and group of folks that helped put that together. All right. Now,
Oh, shit technologist. Look at that. Perfect.
best boy.
Yeah, it was great, man. It turned out really I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know. I had very low expectations, and it turned out really, really awesome.
because I was involved.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But you know, Randy did a great job.
Half-ass this again. Let's get to our guests. The Associate Vice Dean of Ancient
This is so
Astronaut
made up.
Theorist University, Jaxamillion is Jedi Jax is joining us, and then we've got Pussycat as well. I believe she's her backup for any specific science questions we ask Jax that she can't answer. I think Pussycat is gonna lay it on you. Okay.
All right.
Let's bring Jedi Jax and Pussycat to the show.
Hey, can you hear
Hi,
us?
guy. Are you an actual Jedi?
Some might say that. Yes.
You wouldn't
Very.
divulge that information,
I
would
know.
you?
I can't tell you.
So
There's actually things moving behind you right now.
Jax and Kat, this is Dwayne, my co-host.
Hi,
He's
Dwayne.
Hi.
here in Austin as well. We've got you on the show. We're going to, we're going to dive right into this. The reason you're here is because we're talking about the universe and like the state that we're in right now, and it's crazy, and we're trying to make sense of it. And you think you've got the answers. Am I right?
Really?
Does anyone have the answers?
So, wait, you're vice associate
I'm vice
director.
Yes.
Well,
Vice
Jedi
assistant
Jax,
dean
sure, but
of the Ancient Astronaut Theorist University.
So you want to know if I have the answers of what is actually happening right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
I'd
what's
like to know what
Possibly.
you're specifically in charge of at the university.
Astronaut theory.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And Pussycat here is my research assistant. She basically fact checks me.
Okay.
Okay.
So what is going on? Do we know anything about do you want to dive into what's happening on the 21st with the winter solstice and the planet alignments? Do you want to talk about Sasquatch? Do you want to talk about whether or not this mind control vaccine is being rolled out, or what are we thinking?
So let's start with, I think the biggest question I get from people is what the fuck is happening? Like, what is happening energetically, spiritually in the universe? Like, why is it happening?
Right.
And why do I feel crazy?
Mm-hmm. I think for me, it's seasonal affective disorder. I think that's starting to kick in for me right now.
Because you have a cedar fever.
Already?
It's just like the winter. It's cold. It gets dark early. Like I just freaked out on my neighbors last night. They were nosy.
Oh, right.
They gave me a
Just emotional,
big
bro.
fake
Yeah.
sunflower, and then I like threw it and was like, "Are you obtuse?" You know, like it's very embarrassing. And then I was like so worked up. I was woken up to music, and then I got so mad that I couldn't go to sleep for 3 hours. So it's like, why did I do that to myself? But anyway, that's just me.
But see, that's like one of the things that when different planets start aligning, or like the moon is about to be full, or you're going to have like a full moon, a blue moon, or whatever, we forget like how powerful that energy is, and it literally makes people start going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you looked at statistically how many car accidents there are in a full moon, it's nuts. And how many people do you know that go, man, I couldn't sleep last night. It was crazy because
everybody's
full
like,
moon.
dude, look at the moon.
Right.
Yeah.
They're looking at the moon
Trash.
and then they go, "Poof."
Yeah.
But you can feel it. And then, of course, women are going crazy when it's a full moon.
I was
one
out
of-
of control on Halloween. Blue moon,
tell me
trouble.
about
moon,
these-
triple, double, whatever.
Tell me about these women going crazy. You know, I'd like to meet them. Where is there a place for me to go to meet the women?
Crazy women.
I mean, I'm surprised you're not doing some kind of like.
I feel like
women-
you're pretty effective at that
Group.
already.
You're not doing. Oh yeah, you're not doing like a woman's like Saturn Jupiter dance ceremony, naked
No.
around stones.
What's the deal? They're going to look like one planet. Is that what's going on in a couple days?
I think
Yeah,
it's
it's like a double planet. Oh,
double
sorry.
planet. Yeah.
So they're going to
go
like
ahead, fact
overlap
check me.
each other.
Lay down the facts. What's going to happen, Kat?
No, I defer
Go for
to.
it. No, please.
I mean, it's the first time you're dealing with a double planet like this in hundreds and hundreds of years. And I mean, it's just really funny too. You mentioned like the vaccine, because I'm a big believer that vaccines are most effective if you can get them on full moons. I mean,
Two
I know it's kind of a
vaccines?
different thing than the
Two
whole planet
planets?
issue, but
hey,
I do a lot of scientific
Overlapping?
work in vaccines, believe it or not. So not just astronomy.
Dude, this is
And yeah, I would say get your vaccine on a full moon if you can.
Well,
get both. Get
now,
both
so
vaccines.
far,
Well, that would probably help.
boom.
so far, only the rich and the white are getting the vaccine, from what I've seen on television.
Well, here,
And
yeah.
eventually, we will get our shot. I mean, it just goes, into the priorities, and I'd say the priorities are right now the people that are the most possibly affected. So the old
I
folks.
mean, you should be
and
getting
healthcare
it then.
workers.
You know what? If like didn't the vice president Pence
Yes.
got his
did.
his on national television a couple days
Mhm.
ago? Jimmy, you and I, when we are eligible, we get ours
We'll do
live
it
on our
live.
show.
Yeah, we'll do it live. I will get the vaccine in my arm. I mean, look, I'm already a guinea pig. Can you see my marks? I went and gave plasma the other day. I went and
Oh,
gave
you sure you
plasma
did.
because there's a plasma shortage. I don't know if people know this. It's very important for you to donate plasma because they use it for all kinds of things, man. I don't know, probably for health reasons or something.
Like
Yes.
for plasma
Health
rifles
reasons.
and stuff.
But you can also get $700 a month if you donate plasma.
Is that how you're paying your rent right now?
I'm just telling you, if you want an infusion of cash, you can make $500 to $700 a month if you donate plasma 2 times a week.
It hurts.
You need,
Wait,
you
it's
need
way
another
more
Social
lucrative than
security
sperm.
number so you can double that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, can you donate? Wait, can I do that? Well,
Well, not legally.
I think I'm already in LexisNexis. Okay, so look, but with we,
Why?
Don't- because I didn't bring my social security. If you don't bring your social security card when you sign up at the plasma center, then they have to look you up in LexisNexis. So
I see.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, and they found you.
Oh yeah, I'm there. They were like, "Oh, that guy." Yeah.
They're like, you look a little different though than you did a few years ago.
Okay, but here's a medical question for you. If somebody was to have consumed psychedelic mushrooms within 12 hours of donating plasma, will that person feel great when they get the plasma?
I don't think it's going to matter.
I would say
Did you?
I'm not saying it's hypothetical.
Oh,
It's
of
like I had a
course.
friend that asked.
It's highly likely.
it's
Mhm.
let's hope it's a child.
I don't know.
It'd
Was
be-
there
yes.
a debate that night?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's very likely.
so with these planetary alignments, things are going to get weird. But it's good for us to know about it so that we can recognize it as it's happening. Like if as I realized it after the fact, I was like, you know what, I'm probably a little crazy because I donated plasma yesterday and the planets are aligning, and I blamed it on the planets. How much can I blame on the planets?
50%.
The other 50 you blame on the rain, and
Yeah.
then you're good.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's true though. So when the planets are aligning, cool shit can happen.
Right.
If you take a moment to step away and actually look up, right? I mean, it's kind of cool that it's happening right now when everybody is so consumed and absorbed with other things.
People
like
don't look up
maybe
enough, man.
they don't look up.
Nope.
Like if you looked up, what they had one of the largest fleets of UFOs that flew over in March, right when Italy locked down.
Really.
Fleets.
Oh yeah.
Fleets. I mean, talking boom. And people didn't have shit to do. So they actually got a lot of people responding about it because they were
Right.
outside looking up.
Well,
Right.
and there's so much shit coming out right now, and nobody's even paying attention to it because of fucking COVID,
Right.
Like the government's telling us that, yeah, they're here. They've been here for fucking years. We've been lying to you guys for a long time, since like the 40s and shit. And nobody's paying attention. Nobody's
Nobody
mad
cares.
or anything.
Like that's, to
cares?
me, I think that's the next big thing.
Well, the
Alien, yeah.
Israeli science minister just recently came out, or like former science or space minister came out and said Trump knows about aliens and he's not telling anybody about it.
How does Trump know, though, bro? Because fucking Clinton tried hard to find out, and he couldn't get it. Why the fuck does Trump get it?
But didn't they also release the not the Blue Project, the Blue something or other? I gotta double.
book stuff.
You
Yeah,
talking the
yeah.
video from that guy in fighter jet? Is that what you're
Tic Tac
talking about?
video.
Well, it's the Blue Book stuff, which I think for years they were even saying wasn't, had been shut down, and it turned out that really it wasn't, that they were
Right.
still doing a lot of work and all that. So yeah, I just
Fucking
anything
Dr.
that they're
Hynek
gonna
or whatever his name was.
yeah, you figure anything that they're gonna tell him, they're gonna be careful what they say because they know he's gonna spill it
Right.
anyway. Not to get political, but that's my hunch.
Look, political schmidtical is what I say.
That doesn't fit political schmidtical.
But so, the reason I come to you, Jackson, the reason why you became the assistant vice dean of
Vice associate disciplinary
dean
fact check. Oh wait, no.
for Ancient Astronaut Theorist University is because you yourself have had some like, do we call them paranormal or spiritual connections?
Sure. Got
and-
both.
Close
And-
encounter.
Yeah,
Can you-
close encounters. I think
Can you-
Cats here had some
Can
experiences.
y'all
as well.
tell us about some of your encounters?
I think one of the coolest encounters I had was what I believe to this day was Bigfoot, was the dude in the flesh, ginormous, huge, crazy. It was awesomely weird. So
Now,
I was
Like full on view? Like,
did you see him?
or fleeting?
No, so I was okay. So here's the scene. I was a backpacking guide for a lot of children, adolescents. And now I know more about Bigfoot, and that the natives say that he's actually a very kind being, right? He's a protector of children. Okay. So that's what I figured out later, because I'm like,
the
how
Michael Jackson of the woods.
a little bit. Not that friendly.
Yeah, let's hope.
But so anyways, it's 2 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I have to get up and check all these kids to make sure they're still there. Okay. And I wake up to like this sound, like I hear something like in the distance, but I'm like, is that a coyote? Is that what the fuck is that? Like you can't quite you just can't figure out what the noise is. And I go around, I'm checking to make sure they're all in their tents and stuff. And one of our other guides was like, do you hear that shit? And I'm like, yeah, I fucking hear it. Like, maybe 150 yards that way. And she's like, cool. Well, why don't you go sleep over there closer to make sure whatever it is doesn't come into the camp?
Oh, so like you're the buffer.
And this is my first fucking night on this job. And I was
First?
yes. I was like, holy shit.
How old are these kids?
They're like, I would say around mostly 15,
2?
16.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Like
all girls. We're all
toddlers
girls. Okay?
and shit.
No, not toddlers. Yeah, teenagers.
I was like, you guys freely curse around these babies? Like, fucking,
like,
what the fuck was that shit?
That? Right.
That's how I talk to my kid, but
you're like, just go.
Not
to
everybody's
sleep.
that
You
way.
didn't hear anything. So I was like, this is fucking crazy. And I'm like, I got to get some balls and go out there and see what this is, because it's 3 o'clock in the morning. And one of the girls was like, did you hear something? Like, I swear I heard something walk by my tarp. Cause we're not even in tents, by the way. So these are tarps where you look out and you can see what's going on. You don't have full cover. And so I look out and I see this thing stand, like the shadow of it standing, and it stops maybe 100 yards, maybe less than 100 yards, probably like 75 yards in front of me. But the way that it was sitting, it sat like a wolf almost, but it was standing straight tall, and it was way beyond 6 feet. I mean,
it was sitting, but it was standing.
But it was like, because I saw the shadow of it, it wasn't like a bear like this, it wasn't a moose on the side. And I'm like, I went logically, I'm like, okay, it's not a fucking cow. It's way too tall to be a coyote. It's way too tall to be a wolf, but it's not making the sound of a wolf. And so it just sat there, and then it would just like inch towards me, and then I would go back a little bit, and then it would come closer to me, and then I was like, that's enough. And then I just booked it back. And then the weirdest part was after that, wouldn't you be like, fuck, wouldn't you be scared? I mean, you hear it. It has,
I don't know.
It makes a noise. And if you look up this later, and Kat knows because she's researched it a lot, whatever the noise the Bigfoot makes, it actually draws you in. So the fact that I started walking out towards it in the beginning was crazy for me to do, because I was
like
in the middle of the night.
That's something that you would have never done. But
why would I walk towards it?
Somehow there is something in a lot of these reported connections with Bigfoot. They say that there's some mind speak that happens,
like telepathic.
Telepathically, like he's like, it's okay, I'm cool.
Yeah.
So I went back and I laid down just in the grass on top of a tarp, and I fell asleep, which is weird because all I remember is waking up, which is super weird because I don't remember laying down and falling asleep, but I remember waking up and somebody screaming my name, and I'm like 50 yards. I was in the middle of the grass,
Yeah.
And it was pouring rain, and they're like, Jax, what are you doing out there? And I'm like, I don't fucking know.
I
Like,
thought you were like
how did
lost.
yeah, I was like, how am I on the outskirts of camp? And so
Did
it was
someone
like,
carry me here?
Did you meet?
yeah.
Did you meet the Bill Cosby of Sasquatch?
You know what? I still
Offer you
felt
cappuccino.
normal. He's like, it's gonna be all right.
Yeah, just in the we're having
Hold on, let me grab this thermos.
Yeah.
my pudding pop.
You want some pudding?
So
Try a little bit of my Jack's Link.
now, Jack,
That's all. That's it.
you dabble more in the metaphysical. You know, you've the spiritual. You've done some studying in this and some rub some elbows with some of the stuff. But Kat, you know, I know her as like she's human calculator. She's science wizard.
How do
She's
you remember that?
very analytical, and she's coming from a science basis. So what is she doing here? How is she going to explain these phenomenons that you're talking about?
Well, she's just going to prove that they were true, right?
I mean, everything's proven by math, Jimmy.
Tell me about Sasquatch. How can we prove that he's real?
I mean, how long is this segment? Like, I don't know how much
got all
detail
night.
you want me to go into, but
We have no structure. Or
well,
anything.
you know that he moved. The cool part about him is that he moves between realms. That's why you can't see him.
Dimensional, right?
Yes, he's dimensional, and he's always been that way. And all the natives talk about it. And so he could be standing right in front of your face.
You don't even see him.
You don't see him.
You don't sense him or anything.
No, and he's just sitting there.
All you see is a fucking big footprint.
Yeah, he's like, and he comes back out. He's always there. It's awesome.
well, and think about it too. I mean, he's a big dude, right? I mean, let's like just think simplistically here, you know, for if you happen to have any lay audience members.
There's some lay. There's some lay. Yeah.
Think about it. You've got this big dude, big brain. He has been able to figure out the whole time-space continuum. So he's able to kind of do that jumping and that leaping around in ways that a lot of us just can't fully fathom, right?
Now, let me ask you this, in your opinion, or your feeling.
Expertise, but yes,
is he native to the Earth? Does he predate humans, or is he from somewhere else?
So I don't think those are mutually exclusive, but
No, you're right.
I mean, I would say that I do think that his existence has been on Earth for so much of his time. Whether he originated here, I don't know if that's fully been explored well enough, right? Yeah. But no, I think that especially because he's able to bounce around so much, that makes it even more difficult to say whether he's been in existence longer than humans, or to say that maybe he actually, you know, especially given the way that, you know, Darwinism has helped him out in terms of just getting smarter and bigger and whatever. I mean, there's a lot of theory out there that he is from the future. And so he's just able to take advantage of the time-space continuum that way.
So are like forest people and people that like advocate for not tearing down forests, are they just like undercover Sasquatch lobbyists? And then like, how do we know that he's good? And then is this one of those things like Christianity where if I pray hard enough, I might get to see a Sasquatch?
No.
I mean, if you pray hard enough, do you get to see Jesus too? I mean, has that happened?
Hasn't happened yet. Hasn't happened yet.
I think you've got your answer right there.
Sorry.
Sorry to disappoint.
But you could probably go into the woods and say, like, you know, take me into your portal. I'm ready. And he might now think you're related. I don't know.
Jax,
Yeah.
where were you?
Yeah.
Where were you guiding these hikes? What
This
area?
was in the San Juan mountain range. So in like southern Colorado. That's
Gotcha.
where that happened. Yeah. Yeah.
Kat, have
I mean,
you?
even the girls were like, man, I saw something walk past my tent and that was humongous.
I have tried that at the bar so many times. Hey, miss, take me to your portal.
Take me to
I'm
your
ready.
portal.
And I get
You should
maced.
just tell people you came out of a
You got
portal.
maced.
Yeah,
You're
So-
hitting on the wrong types of chicks, Jimmy.
I know.
You say I'm the protector of children.
I don't know. Most of the women I've seen Jimmy date, he needs to mace them.
Yeah.
That bad.
So you want to take him in the woods and throw him into the portal?
Maybe.
and say
Maybe.
good riddance. You might end
Like,
up on
there was-
Saturn.
There was one girl he was dating that every time they would go out, I was afraid he would never come back. Like,
It was the last. It's like every time I'd be like, "Bye, Dwayne. Bye."
you're never gonna see
Really?
him again.
Oh, God.
I've tried
The
4
distant
times
look
this
in your
week to
eyes.
break up with her.
Oh,
If you
Oh,
don't hear
wow.
from me in
Call to
5
check on
hours,
him, though.
check on the Find
So
My
she's
Phone.
definitely listening to this right now. That's
It was
awesome.
Oh,
Probably.
sure.
She's court ordered not to. But Kat, what kind of experiences have you had? Have you come into contact with Sasquatch? And what makes you a believer?
So I have not come into contact with Sasquatch, but have a lot of other sort of paranormal experiences
Let me hear.
in my life and in my family. And I think the first one I knew of was actually my mom, who, when she was, I think 2 or 3, but I think 2, and she always had like a really crazy memory, even from an incredibly young age.
Like you.
Yeah, I mean, hers was, I think, even better. But like, she basically woke up, and this is not, down in the San Juan, like this is in like BFE, Virginia. So,
Right.
But basically woke up and had this this sensation of being sort of sucked in by what looked like an alien in present day terms from her
Right.
window. And she was, very sort of oblong shaped face, big eyes, and she starts screaming, felt like she was getting sucked in. And her dad came in, and then the whole thing sort of disappeared. But the thing that, my mom was born in like the 30s, this was forever ago. And I remember back in like the 80s when some of these alien books started coming out. And there was one in particular that had that very like telltale picture of an alien head, with the big eyes, sort of that gray.
Gray.
And she just freaked the shit out. And she was like, oh my God, that's the wink eye. And because that's what she called it at the age of 2 or 3, and just lost her shit. And from that point on, for the next 30 years was going on about how, it like brought back, it like triggered basically these memories from when she was younger. So that was one of the things, I think there have been some other, unfortunately, the only ones I feel like have been more personally experienced. It's hard to know if those were due to true paranormal activity or other
drink a
type
lot?
of psychological or psychedelic or
You
alcoholic
got James's
activity.
plasma.
I don't know. Yes, I took Jimmy's plasma, and now
Jimmy's
I am all
plasma.
sorts of whatever.
Yeah.
I've had moments, I've had lucid dreams, and I've on my old show that y'all know about 100 Proof Radio. We had Barb who called in. She was the psychic medium, and several times we had some crazy connections. So that kind of broke down some of the barriers that I had with my classical thinking, being born and raised Catholic. So when you have these experiences, how does that transcend? to a more open mind. And if anybody's never had one of these experiences, what are they missing out on?
I remember my first experience.
Okay.
Probably six or seven.
Let's get to Dwayne's first experience. There we go.
Yeah, let's go around the table here, Jimmy. We've all had an opportunity to say, okay?
Yeah.
My first experience, I was probably around 7. And I remember specifically staying at my grandparents' home and having a conversation with my aunt, Diane. And I told my mother about this conversation, but my aunt had died in 1963. And I had a conversation with her, and it freaked my entire family out. But since then, many experiences that are just unexplained, unexplainable.
Are they in terms of like having
move at the same time every day? And
no, go ahead, Kat. Ask.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I was just curious if some of these experiences are also related to interacting with people who are no longer alive in the traditional sense, or if there are other types of experiences too. Because I find them fascinating.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of experience it was. I had no idea about this woman. She died 10 years before I was even fucking born. But I remember specifically having a conversation with her, which was weird.
Well, I think
and
it's so cool when you're younger, you're so just pure and innocent, and you don't have that block that it couldn't be real. So whatever happened, it was
Maybe
real.
You're more open to it.
It was real, right?
And then I think your brain's more open to it when you're younger.
Yeah,
I agree.
And the relative that might be in the other place is like, well, I'm going to talk to him because he would actually not run away. He would believe this and maybe continue the message.
No blood relation.
Oh, no.
Blood relation
Wow. That's
whatsoever.
cool.
No, I
weird.
if I had to guess, I would say that aunt of yours was murdered in that house you were in, and that's why she was talking to you.
No, she died from ALS. I think that's what it was. But I think back then they called it Lou Gehrig's disease.
Lou Gehrig's disease. I think they still do. But she was creeping on you, and that was weird. And but I don't blame her. You know what happened is she's probably stuck in this realm. She doesn't know about heaven, and then heaven is a construct. There's like another realm that you go to when you die, right, folks? Am I talking this science here? Because your energy doesn't die. So that's what we call the soul. It's like your energy, and then it like transcends, and then you're part of like the global celestial thing. Like, is this, I guess what I'm asking is this a simulation?
A simulation?
Yeah.
It's the Matrix.
I mean, part of it, what I think we experience now, like what you just said, is the Matrix. But I think once you leave your physical body and you actually start to reconnect back with your soul, you start to integrate back with the universe, with what is whole, instead of being separate. That's what we're going towards, which is the scariest fucking thing in the world. It scares the shit out of us, right? Even though once we get there, it's more beautiful. It's like once you die, you remember everything.
Right.
Like if you talk to somebody who's just passed away and they just made it over to the next place, they remember everything. It's awesome.
But
how awesome would that be? That would be amazing to be able to remember it all.
But then
I don't know.
There's something that's happened over there.
I don't want to remember.
Like as they go to this waiting space, and then they're coming back, right? They're coming back as souls, and they've got a plan. It's like they're on the sideline, they're waiting for the ball to be punted, and then they're gonna take the field, and they've got the game plan. But then once they get behind the center, they're like, I don't remember the playbook. Oh my god! Also, I'm a baby, and I have to deal with these human hormones and emotions and Reddit. And
Yeah, we get sucked in.
But don't you
there's
think
nothing.
that's part of why these younger kids, like when you were younger and had that experience, it's because in some cases, you know, you're able to go back to one of those prior lives or those prior experiences and able to like capture that from some part of your brain, right? I mean, they say we only use 10 or 11% of our brain.
right.
I mean, maybe when you're still more malleable and young, you still are able to use some of those other memories or other experiences that are still there from previous existence.
Well, I don't want
think
you
that
to
10% of the brain thing is something anymore. I think that's been debunked.
Well,
it's
think it's more of a-
10% at one
I'm
time.
so old, I can't keep up with the latest trends. So
No, it's like
Right,
Pluto
yeah.
not
that's
being a
very
planet.
possible. Sorry, Jim. Go ahead.
It's like Pluto not being a planet, you know. But I think it's 10% at one time. You know,
Got it.
we do use different regions, but yes, if we were to turn on 100% of our brain at all times, we'd burn up our glucose and we'd die. Because
But we might look
you know,
like Scarlett Johansson. So
is she hot
I-
still?
Does that mean we can get plasma at that point? And that
you
helps
can
us
get or give.
get it. Like we can get it if you're gonna lose all that in your brain, then you just get Jimmy's plasma.
Yeah,
guess.
people are
Do
lining
you
up
really
for
want
my
Jimmy's
plasma.
Jimmy's Plasma. That's a really great band name.
They're lining up
is.
for my plasma more than the vaccine. And as a matter of fact, you know,
Like
I
just
think-
looking at you, I
my
wouldn't want
plasma
your plasma.
is my plasma.
Right. If they
is
had
the
a
vaccine.
picture with him and they're like, do you want his plasma?
Right? I feel like Jimmy's plasma smells like Waffle House.
Tell you, it's a good name. It's a good band name.
I'm still waiting
I
for
would
the
take Jimmy's Plasma.
Free plasma.
The band
beard
name is
works
Jimmy's
for you, buddy.
Plasma.
Thank
First
you.
album is Smells Like Waffle House. Bam. There it is.
Well, so our first time having our Ancient Astronaut Theorists University scientific team here talking to us about things. I don't know if we know the full ramifications of the planetary alignment that we were talking about, but one thing that I did hear is that when Saturn and Jupiter link up, it's going to create what they call the Christmas star. Right? It's going to be some brilliant, bright light in the sky. And hold on, real quick. But my question is, with the metaphysical, do we include Jesus in this? And is Jesus coming back?
I mean, okay. So Jesus, let's all, can we all agree that he's a pretty modest dude, right?
Right. Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah. So he's not like, okay, I'm going to wait till like, it's like a bright star and I'm going to like ride on that rainbow and be like, what? I'm here. Right.
If he's not coming back,
he's not coming down a golden escalator, is what you're saying.
if he's coming back, his first thought, obviously, is the last time I told these fucking people I was here, they hung me from a fucking cross and stuck me with a spear.
And we're going
I'm
to kill
not
him worse
saying
this
shit.
time.
I'm just going to hide.
Well, and if he came now, right, that's probably what would happen because no one believes in shit anymore. No one believes in. We have a lot of metaphysical people. We have a lot of healers out there, which is fantastic, and more people. But we don't have a lot of people who believe in magic.
If he's going to come back, he needs an OnlyFans, and he just heals people on the internet.
And he can, if he is so amazing, he can do that through other people, right? So he's been doing it forever. He doesn't have to come through a light. If it gives all these people hope, and this isn't anything against anybody's belief, then that's great. If that makes you feel like I'm going to make a change in my life, here he comes, here's a star. But I don't think he's going to like slide down this golden star and he's here.
You said come through light. What if that's how he did it? Like the Immaculate Conception. So what if his cum is light?
It was literally
Light,
just
and
light.
you stand in the light of
I
his
mean-
come, and
Dwayne,
you're just
probably
gonna have
people
the
that are gonna
Messiah.
stand like
you might
that.
be onto something.
Yeah.
But look,
But no, I don't think that's what's happening personally. But I do think when the planets do get close like this, and there's like that much power happening in our specific solar system. Remember, we're just one little tiny blip.
right.
It's just our little Christmas light attaching to another Christmas light.
That's right.
Take advantage of like looking up, seeing how amazing it is, realizing that there's something bigger than us,
Right.
way
Bigger.
bigger.
It's Saturn and Jupiter, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are they going to be close enough to fuck up the rings,
That would be
like
pretty
Saturn's
cool.
rings?
No, I
Like,
don't
Will
think
there
so.
be
They're gonna be so
interference?
close that they look like Uranus.
Yeah, I don't know, my rate. Uranus looks pretty
I
bad.
mean,
up
we just started
Sorry.
talking
Yeah.
about the
Sorry,
length
bad
of it.
science joke.
No, that was-
I
was-
take it back.
That was perfect. And we're gonna leave it at that. Listen,
Boo.
I love both of you. I love both of you
Love you.
so much.
Love you too, bud.
I want to have you back on the show anytime, and
Please.
we'll talk again.
I like you
Catherine,
guys a lot after the first meeting.
It was
So,
great. We should
it'll
see if
probably grow.
anything. We should see if anything changes between us after this
After the-
alignment.
Yeah, that's true.
This is how I'm describing it now.
Hey,
It's this.
what if we let's do a thing like so I'm gonna say something like, oh, Jax, you're the worst, and I wish I could wear your shoes. And then Dwayne, you're gonna say the same thing about Kat. And then Kat, you say the same thing about me. And then Jax, you say the same thing about Dwayne. We're gonna say it all at the same time. And then it might be like one of those switch 'em ups, switch 'em up movies where we all change places.
Okay, what am I saying again?
I
We
don't
can say
know.
whatever we want
It's-
about the other person.
About the other person. Just pick somebody and then say something at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh,
Jimmy,
Jax said,
I
you
wish
were the
I
worst.
had a beard like
I wish
yours.
I had
And
in
yes.
your bra.
I don't know.
Man, mine was short.
Yeah, mine sucked. I'm gonna
Okay.
end up being like 4 different people,
Yeah, in one
all
one
weird,
body. It's
looking
gonna be
like the
terrible.
Elephant Man and
Pickle
shit.
Rick. Kat, thank you. Jax, thank
Thank
you.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate
And,
it.
Thank you very much.
Expect a video
Thank you.
from Des.
Appreciate it.
Expect a video from Des sometime in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, the little
Okay.
dude.
Put him in
He's
a
the
lab,
little energy dude.
put him in
So,
a lab
He's
coat
awesome.
and have him teach us some science or something.
okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
Sweet.
All right. Take care,
Y'all
Thanks
guys.
be
so
good.
much.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye, guys. Thanks for
Merry
being
Christmas.
on.
Merry Christmas.
That's fine.
Jackson Cat from Ancient Astronaut Theorist University. Dwayne,
Yes.
what are we about to see for our break video?
Well, I was feeling a little bit sentimental, not having spoken to you guys over the last couple of weeks. And missing my friends always makes me miss a certain friend. And this is a video he put out a few years ago called Infrequently Asked Questions with Brian Gross.
All right.
Enjoy.
We're going to watch this. We'll be right back.
It's 4 minutes and 20 seconds, so you know what to do.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't be caught dead in a karaoke bar, but a karaoke bar that required a firearm might actually be my kind of place. It's my understanding that actually in some sections of Tokyo, they give you a weapon at the front door in case you forgot yours in the car or it's not being serviced or painted or whatever. So that said, my song choice would unequivocally have to be "You Got Potential" by Menudo. What? Yes. What do you mean? It's a shirt. Get into it just like any other, buddy. One sleeve at a time. Yes, it does. With an apple in its fist, if you want to be truly specific. It's not only bad etiquette, Arcangelo, but it's also in violation of several laws of subatomic quantum physics. And what this means is, what with our universe being an elegant one and a self-regulating system, the punishment for this violation of Postian law will manifest itself regardless of whether or not we acknowledge the social faux pas in our recognizable world. I could get into the nitty-gritty of it, but what it really comes down to is that by putting your elbows on the table, you're accelerating the rate at which our sun is expanding to become a red giant, at which point it will consume our planet and all others in our solar system. It's going to take a while, but you'll be sorry. I can't imagine I'd like to have to wipe 2 butt cracks every morning, so I'm gonna go with the double D breasts. Plus, boobs are pretty sweet. And if you have 2 butt cracks, does that mean you're taking a number 4? Food for thought. Pardon the expression. This is a question that can be solved by using basic arithmetic. We take our 45 RPM record and we divide it by 33.3, repeating the 33 and a third RPM album. What this yields us is 1.35. So the ratio is 1 to 1.35, or essentially 35%. So we now need to determine what that 35% is of our 12-tone Western musical structure. So we take our 12 tones, we multiply it by 0.35, and that yields us 4.2. So approximately, the tones have gone up a musical fourth. A song in A will sound like a song in C. And you're a total asshole for asking that question.
Yeah, you are.
There he is, Brian Graz, the one and only Doc. Oh my goodness. Somehow we got to kill 43 minutes.
Hey, let's talk about Star Wars.
Spoiler alert.
Let's talk about
spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't watched
Kyle,
Mandalorian.
Feel free.
Sorry, we're gonna kind of ruin some stuff for you. But
I talked about this morning, Jimmy, because you and I are very close in age. You know,
right?
Kyle, not so close. He's a little behind.
Right.
But I don't have to answer any Star Wars questions for him. He's very knowledgeable. He gets it. You are completely lost for the most part.
Look,
how is that?
The first Star Wars movie, I think, came out in what, 77. So I was only 2 years old. So I didn't see that one until later. I believe
you probably saw it on the re-release right before Empire Strikes Back.
Probably. And then I remember seeing Empire Strikes Back in the theater, and then Return of the Jedi. And those were the only 3 Star Wars that I knew. I had the action figures, the Hasbro action figures. I had the Mos Eisley pit. I had a
Hasbro. Was it Kenner?
Kenner. It was Kenner. You know, I wanted the AT-AT. My buddy had the AT-AT. You know, so I didn't get the AT-AT. I didn't get the Millennium Falcon. I had a TIE fighter that was handed down from a cousin, and it was missing some of the rockets. The point is,
to be fair, the Millennium Falcon was a little bit expensive. It was pricey, even in the 70s.
Yes, it was. And it was coveted. I mean, and then most people that had it, they lost the cover. or a landing gear was broken,
Yeah.
but it was awesome because it had like that pull out joystick, like that you could hold on to. And didn't it have that? Maybe not. Anyway,
Oh, I think we might have a caller on the line.
okay. What do we got?
Hey, yeah.
What's going on?
My name's
Kelly.
Kelly. My name's
Hi,
Kelly. And I love this show, and I just want to call in and say how pumped I am about the National Beard and Mustache Championship 2020.
Well,
It was great. We had the best in show winner on the show, Kelly.
I know. I was tuning in, and so I'm just thrilled. My heart is accelerating a million miles a minute, and I had to share that with you guys because I love you.
Well, I love you too, and the production couldn't have happened if it wasn't for your help. And thank you so much for being a part of it. And you were a big part of nationals in Chicago the year prior. So of course we were going to have you as part of this year's production.
I feel like I needed to connect with my tribe, especially right now during these tough times, and going back as far as Worlds actually at Long Center in 2018, if I'm correct.
17.
But I just needed the world to know how much I love you guys, and you're a part of my tribe, and I miss you.
Well, we miss you too. Thank you so much for calling in,
and
Kelly.
I love that there's this new groovy, podcast you guys are doing. Or I don't know.
It's not that new, Kelly.
Yeah,
It's not
we've
that
been
new.
doing
I
it.
feel like I told you about it months ago.
Well,
Now,
I know that I'm trying to do my creative cultivation. Try to take a little break from all the hoopla
how many
out
times?
there, but
How many times did you tell me, "Hey, I got a show fucking Thursday night, yada yada," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure, great."
yeah, you didn't fucking show up. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for supporting.
all the time.
Always one love, brother. Love one.
Well,
no, I mean, schedules and shit.
What's
People
going
have a
on
hard
with
time.
you? You're in the crew world, production world. Is everything terrible? Are you seeing rays of sunshine on the horizon? And then also, I know your bands. You guys were just kicking ass right before the shutdown. This and just like a lot of other bands, everything was getting up to that speed. It was like Ween, push it into third if you're going to climb the hill. You were in third, and then shut down. What do we have coming up? How are you feeling about everything?
I think everyone has their own COVID story at this point, and mine has taken a really interesting turn. I've been working on a lot of TV and film because concerts are no longer legal or applicable. So obviously working on the National Beard and Mustache Championship stuff that just happened tonight, and some Discovery Channel stuff, TBD, can't talk about that, NDA kind of thing.
Got it.
NDA and whatnot. I get it.
And I got an upcoming tour in January with a band from the UK as a COVID compliance officer. So I have pivoted and certified myself in all things COVID.
And that's the wonderful thing about you and everybody else that I've ever worked with in the industry. I'm the guy that got kicked off his last tour and then ended up working at an automotive shop for somehow, but that's now my new home because
Don't you knock Don's automotive. I go there for all my things.
I'm telling you, it is. I found the only place that I've ever felt at home, and that is at Don's. But you bend, don't break, and learning how to become a COVID compliance officer is a marketable skill these days.
Yeah.
And hopefully
that's a job that didn't exist a couple of months ago.
Right.
Well,
We got-
I think
Robin
the big
Robin
thing
just
is-
went through a whole film set as that, you know.
Oh yeah. We talked. Yeah. I think the funny thing is I wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for touch points, which is a big thing in COVID, and like surface area disinfection. And I don't mean to like bring this broadcast down talking about COVID, but there are definitely things on CDC and WHO that are available to everyone to see the current studies on surface area sustainability for the virus. So,
And then the
and
truth
we
is,
have musicians who want to tour and share their talent with the world, and I want to help them do that. So that's where I'm at right now.
and when you're talking about touch points, it's because people touch something and then pick their nose, right? Like really what we need to tell people, people need to stop picking their nose or like picking their teeth. They're just keep your hands out of your mouth and your orifices.
Sometimes those things feel good though, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, we all do it. Like you have that little spot under your chair on the bedpost that you like got your little gaggle of gross.
Do you have a table in your garage, Dwayne, that if I was to help you move, you'd maybe go out there and rub it with a paper towel first to knock off all the old crusties?
No.
You're not a nose picker. You don't, or where
I
are you?
use the proper tools.
Where are you putting your
My
boogers?
nose. I put them in the garbage.
What about you, Kyle?
I take them out. I get in there, like right in
Kyle.
there, like
Kyle
that.
can't come on.
And then
No, you're not just putting
right
a
into the-
knife up your nose.
Yeah, you go right in there, right in the nostril, like
Oh.
this.
Kelly,
And then-
where are you putting your boogers? Don't answer that.
It's sort of just rogue, you know, like
Yeah, just
lick and
wherever.
go kind of, you know. I don't want to attach anything. If
Right.
it needs to be attached, then it does go in the trash. I think that's fair.
Okay. Well, we love you. We miss you.
I love you
and-
guys. I just want to send my love. Thanks for doing what you do.
Well, thanks for sending it. We're catching it, and we'll see you real soon, hopefully.
Yeah, we miss you.
Okay, guys, all stay safe. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. See you soon.
See you. Mwah. That's Kelly Kuhn. If you need a COVID compliance officer,
Right, that's the thing.
that's your
Beards, by the way.
You know what? I might need one over here. You know, just to look at some of the surfaces. You know, so okay, Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And if anybody would like to call in and talk to us about Mandalorian, now's your chance. Kyle's
Feel
gonna probably
free.
put the phone number up there. Kyle could also join us if he wanted to. But look, this is the thing. When is this happening? Because there was the first three movies that I saw.
Okay,
and then
you asked
hold
that
on,
this
hold on.
morning.
The first three movies, and then there's the prequels.
Right.
And so this is all happening in between
This
Return of the Jedi, or
this is all taking place about 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
okay,
Okay.
and before the last three. Was there three more movies?
Yes,
at the end.
So this is taking place between Return of the Jedi and say what's going to happen in the three movies that just came out.
Okay, but
So
those
5
have
years
already,
after
those have
the
already
Battle on
come out.
Endor.
Those have already come out, right?
Yes.
The Sith is one. I don't know what are the names of those. Does anybody know? Nobody knows.
Oh, what do you got? The
Nobody knows the name of these last.
Force
three.
Awakens
Force
was
Awakens.
the first one of the three, and
So somebody
then
knows.
the
Revenge of the Sith,
Rise of Skywalker,
Rise of Skywalker,
and then the Last Jedi.
the Last Jedi. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I've seen the Last Jedi. Okay.
Revenge of the Sith was the prequels.
So,
But that's the thing, man. This world is like it's bringing Star Wars and bringing it to a whole new level, I think.
okay.
You know, for another generation. But it's also kind of serving the old fans too by kind of tying in, because they're making this whole
Well,
new canon. basically.
And they're, like they brought in Lando Calrissian, and so the old fans are like, oh, that's cool. And then now Boba Fett. Everybody loves Boba
Fett. What
Boba
the fuck
Fett
is wrong with you?
Boba Fett. I've always called him Boba Fett.
Like Boba Tea. Boba Fett.
No, he's Boba Fett, man.
Not Boba. This motherfucker is not from Arkansas, bro.
So this is the Boba Fett that we knew in the first ones, or was it his dad that we?
Okay, so
his dad was in the Sarlacc pit. Boba Fett.
Boba Fett was in the Sarlacc pit. Let me explain.
Okay.
The original Boba Fett, we first saw Boba Fett in live action in Empire Strikes Back. Was played by an actor who died 2 days ago.
Real died?
Yeah, he passed away. I'm a fucking asshole and can't remember the guy's name, but
it's all right.
He died a couple days ago.
That's terrible.
When George Lucas made the prequels, so let's say Attack of the Clones and fucking Revenge of the Sith and all that.
Sith.
This guy Tamora Morrison played Jango Fett.
Okay,
Jango Fett was the dude that they cloned all the fucking clones for the clone army off of. They gave him one unaffected clone. So a clone with no aging stuff. And that clone became his son, Boba Fett. Who, in Empire Strikes Back, fucking froze what's his face? Han Solo in carbonite.
Right.
And then ended up in the fucking Sarlacc pit at the end of Return, or at the beginning of Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
But he made it out.
Okay. So, but the Boba Fett that we know now in Mandalorian is the son of Boba Fett.
He's a clone.
Oh, he's a clone?
Yeah, he's a fucking clone. Did I not just explain this to you?
Wasn't listening.
Yeah. Of course.
Okay. So he's one and the same, but it's the second version.
Right.
Okay.
But see, here's the thing. They're tying in at this point books, animated shows,
right?
Movies,
right?
Fucking tall tales that were told around a campfire at Skywalker Ranch, what the fuck ever. And they're turning it into something completely new,
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
I like it. Now, because you guys were like, oh my God, did you see
shit
that,
Star Wars?
Did you see that teaser for what's coming up? Now, I thought the post-credit stuff, it's that one Mandalorian girl and Boba Fett coming down in there and shooting up.
And she's not a Mandalorian.
They're going into Jabba the Hutt's palace, who he's already dead.
It's not Jabba's palace. Jabba died like 5 years ago. Now it's Bib Fortuna's palace.
Okay.
Paris.
All right. Because at first I thought that was just Jabba the Hutt on a diet.
No.
Okay.
That's Bib Fortuna getting fat as fuck.
But what a terrible, that guy just sits there.
Yeah.
It just sits there
That's
with a girl tied to his thing. And then he didn't have the jar of frogs. So,
those poor Twilight girls get the raw end of the deal all the fucking time.
Okay. So they kill all the people there. They kill that guy. And then Boba Fett sits in the throne.
Fucking Boba Fett, bro.
So he takes the throne.
And then the Book of Boba Fett coming December 2021, which is going to end up being season 3 of The Mandalorian. So,
and the other guy goes away.
No, he'll still be around because now he doesn't have fucking Grogu to take care of because fucking Luke Skywalker came and got his ass.
Yeah,
dude.
So what is going to happen to Grogu? What is
He's
this?
gonna get trained up, bro.
Is he
going to
he
the new
next
Jedi
Yoda,
Academy.
or is he Yoda?
I mean,
People
no,
are
he's
still
not Yoda.
asking.
Yoda's dead, bro. This is a baby
Do
of
you
the
get
Yoda
it
species.
once you are a Jedi? Do you get a new name?
No. Maybe.
So there's no possibility of him getting sent back into time by Luke
No.
to save Luke.
I mean, there's a possibility. There's precedent set for time travel in the Star Wars universe because of Rebels. But you never watched Rebels, so you wouldn't understand.
Never. I don't know what that is. Is that a cartoon?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably the best animated Star Wars
Yeah.
that I can. I mean, Clone Wars was good, but Rebels took it to a new level.
I
Thank you,
don't
Dave
know.
Filoni.
I don't know anything about that.
Right.
And I want to.
Well,
But
then learn. You have a Disney Plus. Here's the thing: you have Disney Plus. You can learn all of this.
right.
You might need to read a couple books, but I got those. You could borrow them. And you could get it. You could get this whole lore, dude. You, me, Kyle.
Right.
We start our own Jedi clan, and we start going places and doing lightsaber battles. What do you think?
I
At
like
least we
it.
do.
I like it. But
We're Jedis, but we're like Earth Jedis. So we wear like normal Earth clothes, but we got lightsabers.
Yeah, I like the idea. This is the thing. It sounds like there's a lot of training involved to become a Jedi, and I don't think I've got it in me. I am. I'm not a sideline guy. I don't like watching life go by from the sidelines. I like to be out there, but
You're an action man.
I pick my battles. Like I'm an all-time Q. I'm that guy that's like, hey man, all-time Q. I ain't rushing the passer. I ain't blocking for the passer. I ain't running down the field multiple times and not getting the ball. I get the ball every time.
You just want to sit back in the pocket and
Yeah.
throw.
That's it. Because I have vision.
Yeah.
So
And you probably played no rush. So there was never anyone coming to sack your fucking ass.
you got 4 Mississippis. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4
I'd have
Mississippi, and
fucking
then
smoked you,
they
bro.
could come. But I mean, that's plenty of time for my burners to go down
Planted you.
on a go route. I'm gonna
Let's
get
play
them.
some football. I just
Oh, you want to go? You want to
I
have
wanna
like
go.
a jailhouse?
go. I want to
combo?
play football against you almost as bad as I want to fight fucking Tucker Carlson.
Oh man. Don't get me started on Tucker Carlson. And then you know what? I want to work on some rules, and I want to work in that Judge Jeannie girl into this somehow.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I because
Who
I was
fucking
watching
Judge
something with
Jeannie?
her the other day. But look, okay, so the
She
world
married to an Air Force guy.
the world is not falling apart. We've got vaccines on the horizon. The Pfizer vaccine is here and it's getting rolled out. Granted, we turned down 100 million.
Which one do you
extra.
want? Do you want the Pfizer or do you want the Moderna?
I want the one that's not freezing cold.
I want both.
And then are all of them a 2-dose, or is there any of them that is a
No.
1-dose?
If-
Because
if-
if there's a 1-dose, I want that. But
If they're
it doesn't
both
matter.
95% effective and you
Yeah,
take them
but
both,
look-
does that like triple the effective dosage?
Let me just talk plainly to you here real quick. They say 95% effective in the trials.
Mhm.
So as it gets released out to a bigger sample, I'm just prepping everybody because listen, nobody listened to me before when this all started. I said, look, this is going to be a 1 to 2 year thing before we get the vaccine. And even once we get the vaccine, it's going to take about a year for it to roll out. So, everybody, we're talking about we need 70% of compliance in this country to get the vaccine so that we have that herd immunity. Before, the Republicans were talking about herd immunity, but that meant let's just let enough people die. Well, we're already at 300,000 people. I think
Right.
that's enough. And people aren't getting any better. I think they're getting worse. Now we've got the COVID fatigue, and then also because the
Holidays
vaccine,
really fucking shit up.
that, and I mean, people are going to the mall. They're going to the
But you
mall.
look at how much the numbers jumped after Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Well, and then they're going to jump after Christmas, and they're going to
Yeah.
jump after New Year's.
They're gonna.
But also it's because people are like, well, the vaccine's here, we're saved. And that's stupid. I mean, because you still need to get it. It takes a month for you to get the second shot, and so you're not saved until you've had two shots, and everybody in your house has had 2 shots.
Is it the first shot or the second shot that has the microchip in it?
None of them have a microchip.
I mean,
And
I'm
then-
willing. I don't give a fuck. Put a chip in me. Who cares?
So-
There's a chip in my pocket already. Fuck it. Put a chip in my skin. Who cares?
Yeah,
If I can answer phone calls without having to pull anything out.
well, that's
good.
that's the thing. It's like, what do you got to be worried about? Everybody's like, oh, you know, there was a certain point where I just stopped caring about what I was texting to people. I was just like, hey, can I come over and get a bag of something, you know? And then I would just say it. And then because, you know, there's too many people for the DEA or the police to be policing, you know? So, you know, if you're gonna go to the trouble of hacking my phone to find out
like,
where I'm getting a dime
gonna
bag, then
Send me a
you
text
know,
message and ask me if I use a secure messaging service. Man, fuck you. Just send me the message. Will you? Send me a picture of a bud. I don't give a fuck. Who's going to look? I don't care. Right?
So, I don't. I'm not
into your
hiding.
portal. I'm ready.
I am not hiding anything, and so I've got nothing to worry about. So everybody's like, "Oh, the big brother's watching you. What are they gonna do?" You know, like if they're tracking my DoorDash habits, are they going to charge me more for health insurance? They
Facebook's
should.
listening.
They
That's
should.
why I switched to Parlor.
Well, it's like that.
It's all fucking same, man. It doesn't matter.
Did we talk about that bot that's out there? Artists, you know, they put a picture up of their t-shirt, their design,
God,
or they put their artwork up on Facebook, and then somebody says,
Or if you just tweet
that
them.
should be. They say that should be a shirt.
Yeah,
Oh,
it should
that
be on a
should
shirt.
totally be on a shirt. Well, there will be a bot that pops up within.
I thought you
like,
were
a
that
minute.
bot for a minute with the
I wish-
fucking
I
love
wish I
Trump's
was.
hate.
I
Trump-
can't. I
Love
can't do it
Trump
fast.
hate.
Can't do it fast enough. The bots have got it, but if you know, like this right here, somebody should make this picture, the screenshot of
A
t-shirt,
shirt. Yeah.
and maybe we'll see that, you know, coming from Doodleywood's t-shirt company out of Hamburg, China, and they're gonna make millions off of it. But
We'll
So,
send them a cease
look,
and desist.
you got televisions that are listening to you. How many times have you had a conversation with somebody and then the stuff shows up in your Facebook feed
all
as
the
a
time.
commercial? I
All the
mean,
time.
it's all the time.
It doesn't even surprise me anymore. I expect it now, you know? Just random shit.
So and then we've got some memes coming up. You know what? Let's just get to the memes. Do we have a closing video? Probably not.
No. We didn't prepare for this week at all.
No,
At all.
we didn't. I wish I had something for you. I can't even think of anything to put. We can't play this.
This
Can we
kid.
play this?
Yeah, you could play it.
I love this kid.
I do too. Turn it up, Kyle.
A lockdown is when you say the fuck inside, not the fuck outside. Do you know what a lockdown is? When you say the fuck inside.
You stay the
We
fuck.
could sit outside on the porch.
The lockdown is when you stay the fuck inside, not the fuck outside.
This kid, I love him.
So you plan on staying in the house till like June?
The fucking lockdown. You gotta stay the fuck inside. Not the fuck outside. What the fuck? Do you hear the news? A lockdown is not when you say the fuck outside. It should be the outdown, not the lockdown. Fucking lockdown inside. The fuck inside. Not the fuck going out to parties in the casino.
Fucking casinos.
She's like, casino? How do you know I'm going to the
Yeah,
casino?
why are you calling me out? Throw me under the bus. What the fuck?
She is sneaking out and going to the casino.
Yeah.
Single mom, yes
But you
or no?
weren't even
What do
wearing a
what do you
mask.
think? Is that kid got a dad
Probably
in the
not.
house?
He's probably got a dad that talks just like that.
Oh well, I don't think that's right. I don't
We
think
played
that-
this. We
I
played
don't
this
think-
clip in front of my daughter, and she was like, "I would never say that."
Well, that's a good raised daughter that you've got
Yeah.
there that wouldn't talk like that with that
And
potty
she
mouth.
hears it all the time.
But the mom is wrong. She's taking the kid out into harm's way. The kid is right. You should stay inside and lock it
Fucking
down.
out-down.
Yeah.
Not the fucking out down.
Give me the memes. Give me the memes.
Ah, look.
There's behind the scenes, Yellow and Mike Wiebe.
Mike
The,
Wiebe and P-Lander Yellow, former
P-Lander
guest,
Yellow.
illustrious
Yellow.
former guest.
What an amazing
Mike
show
Wiebe,
tonight.
never a guest.
Randy,
once.
great job, man. He made magic happen with and then great job to all the competitors. Yeah.
Shit technologist.
They're like, what titles do you want? Look
Oh.
at that. I think the auction's over.
I think so.
Found out
Who won
that,
the bus?
I don't know. Joe Ben messaged me and said that he was trying to win the Strat that was painted by
SG.
by, Yellow.
It was an
Is
SG.
that what it was? An SG?
Yeah.
All right. Next. What do we got? Oh. She kicked a field goal last week,
Mhm.
and she scored. And then this is, my grandfather used to say this thing about Hispanics in the valley. He said that like as soon as one, he said that they're like crabs in a bucket, and as soon as one crabs up onto the side and starts to pull themselves up and maybe get outside of the bucket, another one reaches up and grabs them and pulls them back down. This is Jennifer Lee. Jennifer Lee, fuck you. You know,
fucking cunt.
Just mind your business.
Hey,
Go-
Pflugerville School District, because that's where my kid's at. They sent out this thing. There are 5 girls who play football
Yeah.
in Pflugerville school districts.
Okay. All right.
All in junior high.
Okay.
So they're on the come up.
Yeah.
They are all, one of them's a safety, one of them's a defensive line. I mean, some power positions, man, not fucking kicking.
It's going to
So,
be interesting.
that's
I say break down the barriers. Let's have men and women out there on the field together. It's going to be
I'm all for, the next fucking Tom Brady coming up in high school to get sacked by some fucking 290-pound defensive line or defensive end.
yeah.
Some girl.
Yeah.
Next hits.
What else we got? All right. Next.
We're gonna trip balls. Stupid. These
So
are the
dumb.
worst.
Next.
Hold on, go back. Go
Okay,
back to
go
that
back.
previous one.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Who modeled Jesus in this?
He's good looking, man.
fuck,
That's a
dude?
business beard, isn't it? And where
He's
do
got the perfect feather. You
look,
know?
he's like the
And why is that child touching him so weirdly on his hip?
right here. Yeah. Oh, you can't see my cursor. But yeah, I was already circling that. It's like, what are you doing down there?
Yeah.
But he's like the Sasquatch of Nazareth, right? He's a protector of children.
Are you saying he's got big fucking feet?
I guess. Next, this one. This is in honor of the. Did you guys hear about the Interior Secretary, a Native American for the first time ever, the head of a cabinet position, the Interior Secretary. This guy, got his just deserves. Storekeeper in Minnesota refused to sell to Indians, Native Americans, told them to eat grass if they were hungry. He was found dead on the first day of the Dakota War with grass stuffed in his mouth and buttocks. So
now that was just not a tuft of grass stuffed in his buttocks.
No,
that was carefully woven into a giant fucking grass cock. Like,
okay,
and just
all right, maybe not
slowly,
Dwayne,
gleefully inserted.
Maybe not, but. All right, next.
I mean, the skills, Oh, super.
Next. This one, right? This one spoke to me. Virgin Mary, the Holy Spirit. Amen. You're a Catholic school boy.
That just tells me that her crack is salty.
You get it. Next.
She really works out in those pants. Oh. Ew.
Post Shimon.
That's creepy.
Next. This, you gotta watch out. This is what they're scared of. This is what we're all scared of. Yeah. This is what's happening right now. It's Fox News. Oh, they're so upset about the Starbucks cups. Took Jesus Christ on the crucifix right off the Starbucks cups.
Perfect.
How dare you?
Perfect.
Jesus is about crucifying Christ. All right, next.
So perfect.
It's Easter. This one, like, seriously, I hear it all the time.
You argue with that kind of advertising.
There's that hymns company where you think you got dick problems, you just call this number. We'll have somebody talk to you. We'll ship that right out. You don't even have to leave your house. Meanwhile,
what's the other one? Roman.
Yeah. It is so easy for dudes to get dick pills. And then the problems that women have, which let's not go into it because they've got so many problems. Am I right?
I mean, we're not women. We probably shouldn't even discuss it.
I know, but they're problems. They've got to go. They got to go see somebody.
It's totally unfair. I agree.
Unfair. And more of them should be president. Okay, next time. Speaking of women, next. One day you'll find someone that's obsessed with you. It's probably going to be a dog, but it is what it is.
Lucky enough.
I am
you found some women that are obsessed with you.
I'm pretty close right now to going to the animal shelter. I've thought about it. I've given up on finding love ever again. The other day, somebody was talking about having sex with their significant other, and I replied to them, "Man, I wonder if I'll ever have sexual relations with another human being again in my life." And
so wait, why are you going to the shelter again?
To get a dog. To
have sex with? Because that's the wrong motivation.
Not seriously. To have sex with. To have
by a doll.
Companionship.
Not a
Any
dog.
Companionship is welcome at this point. And I live vicariously through the ownership of the cat.
Be honest.
Yeah, what's up?
Let's be honest. If you were to get a dog and 3 a.m, dog's got to go out, are you gonna get up out of your Murphy bed? Well, actually, you're probably on the couch because there's Amazon boxes in the way. Are you gonna get up off the couch, take this dog downstairs into the courtyard, and poop
No.
and then pick it up in a baggie and bring it
No.
upstairs?
My last dog, all I had to do was open the door. He went downstairs. He went and pooped, and then he came back up. You know, I'm.
Why don't you have that dog anymore?
He's dead. He's in a box.
How
He's in a
come?
box on my coffee table.
How come?
He got.
Did you let him out in the middle of the night and he just took
No.
off and got hit by a car?
No, he got the cancer. Got the hip cancer.
Yeah,
Had-
because you
had
let
to
him
put him
out
down.
unsupervised in the middle of the night.
It's
He
a
probably
sad
ate
story, and I
something
don't want to
that gave him
relive it.
fucking cancer. Yeah, go ahead.
Next.
Don't get a dog.
So I remember this
Get a
club.
dog.
I think my spaghetti's trying to tell me something. Does anybody see the two cats? Do you see the cats?
I don't. I see a screaming girl. It's not screaming. She's
Next.
oh yeah, that's Bukkake. Straight Bukkake.
This is what's happening right now.
I feel like this is probably not true.
It is.
But it is.
That
This
is
is funny.
true. That is true. Next.
Do you think they just push the cob and it just kind of spreads the corn off?
I don't know.
Or do they not have teeth? I can't tell.
I don't know. Next. Right?
Come
Am I right, guys?
No,
Who
you're not.
is
You're
the good boy now? Okay. Next.
5G, bitch.
Next. I stole this from Kyle today.
This is the worst meme.
They're gonna get their comeuppance.
Right?
Alright,
That's
next.
why the world's in the condition it is now, because you just get angry that somebody won't let you play a fucking game. So you punch a mirror. Fuck off. Start your own game.
Yeah, maybe everybody should just do that. We
Right?
just
Instead of
have
punching a mirror. Now you got
multiple
7 years
games.
of bad luck. You're fucked.
And nobody goes to the games, and then they lose money, and then they go out of business, and then one wins. You know. Next.
Girl.
What do we got?
What's wrong with that? Dude, I love Shia LaBeouf. I
Me
just want to say,
watching any new Star Wars movie and not caring about the reviews or complaints from the fan base, and I'm simply enjoying the fact that I'm watching a new Star Wars movie. That is me. I go into it not expecting anything, and I enjoy all of it.
it's the whole point of being entertained by some sort of fantasy, you know, is suspending your belief, man, and loving Shia.
What else we
Loving
got?
Shia LaBeouf.
Next. It's too small to read it, but the simple fact is, have you heard about the shopping cart theory?
I kind of agree.
The shopping cart theory. Let's apply it to the vaccine. Let's apply it to the mask. If you can't put the damn cart back, you're as good as a damn rabid animal.
I think
And-
I agree because I'm the person that puts the cart back, and I want to think that I'm basically a good person.
Yeah. I mean, I yell at people when they don't put their turn signal on, and then I change lanes without my turn signal on. So I'm part of the problem too. That's the thing. We should all
do that.
strive to be better.
I always
What
use
else?
my signal to change lanes.
Next. Oh, yeah. What's up? What is up with this cyberpunk? Do you know
I
anything?
don't know. It looks. I want to play it. It looks fun.
Well, you can't now. They've pulled it.
Why?
Pulled it. I don't know, because of these people that shoved a stick in their spokes.
I haven't been paying attention, but it seems that the game is unfinished.
Yeah, the game came out unfinished and it had all these bugs, and then they pulled the game. I don't know anything about it. Okay,
Fucking
next.
whatever. That's why I wait.
That's it.
That's it.
That was
That's
the
it.
last one.
No more
This
memes.
is great.
Oh, we might
Um,
actually
well,
finish the show on
We're
time.
finishing on time, and good job to us. Kyle, come join us, please.
Yeah. Get in here, Kyle.
How'd we do?
Hey.
Great job. I am proud of you
Thanks.
guys. I have a
Good.
short 2-minute video at the end here. So
Oh, good.
Sweet.
Good.
Yeah. My hands
Um,
are starring you, Jimmy.
well, we'll see you guys next week. After Christmas, I want you guys to have a wonderful Christmas. You know, and as much as I've been talking about how much I enjoy not talking to you guys before the show, maybe we do have a meeting. Let's work a meeting in once a week. At your discretion, just not while I'm giving plasma. Actually, we can do it while I'm giving plasma. I'm there for an hour and a half. Going on Sunday at 8:30. If anybody would like to give plasma, I'll get $50 if you go with me. So this is my new thing.
Just your referral fee. What the fuck?
$700 a month. I can't turn it down. And I've got plenty that I can do social media wise while I'm sitting there giving plasma, which is good for people and humans. And that's what I care about.
You're doing it because I'm mostly off the social medias.
Yeah. I care about everybody. I love you guys. And what kind of final words do you have for the people?
Kyle,
what
do you got?
May the force be with you.
Yeah,
that's a good one. That's good.
Okay.
Hey, I heard the best line in Star Wars franchise that I've heard in decades.
Yes.
Last night.
What was it?
One X-Wing. Great. We're saved.
I thought that was a shitty line. Like when she delivered it, I was like, kind of fell flat.
Dude. You just don't like Gina. You're a Gina hater.
But
that was great.
I didn't know how great that line was until I realized it was Luke Skywalker.
When did you realize?
I didn't realize it was until he pulled the mask off of his head, and then I still was like, "Who's that?"
So the first clue I got,
young Luke Skywalker,
was when they showed the X-Wing on the camera coming into the hangar. I said, "Fuck, that R2 unit looks blue."
Mm-hmm.
And then when I saw him in the hood, when they showed him from the front, you couldn't tell what color the lightsaber was, but I could see a right-hand glove, and I could see his belt buckle, which was the same belt buckle from Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
And then when it switched the color and the lightsaber was green, fucking waterworks.
You knew. Oh, you were crying.
Fuck yes.
You have a mental disorder. And
the problem that I had was I watched some guys reacting to the end on YouTube today, and I was thinking to myself, look at these fucking, they're just bawling tears. Yeah. And then the thought was, holy fuck.
That was me.
That's exactly what I looked like last night.
Well, listen, I have no idea who's on the show next week, but we'll be putting that together sometime soon. Tune in; it's going to be amazing. I know it.
Tune in; it's going to be interesting because there's
also
new technology entering the show next week.
The week after,
probably won't work.
That'll be the second, right? The second we are going to have. Oh, where is it? I don't know. I had messaged her, but I don't know where it is right now.
Okay.
Crystal, and she is the daughter of the inventor of Lincoln Logs. He's got this amazing product. He's building houses. He's going to be joining us, and it's going to be great. So everybody, stay tuned.
Lincoln Logs. It's just fucking logs.
I'm mad that I'm probably saying it wrong.
I feel like logs have just been a thing, and this guy just made them small.
No. So no. Oh my god.
What?
Yeah,
we'll fucking terrible.
We'll figure it out.
We were going to end on time, but then this mumbling bastard.
Oh. No,
we love you.
Thank you. Not it. Okay. That's it.
So we got a video to play. Good night, guys. See you next week. Sorry about Jimmy.
Love you.
Yeah. Basically, take me to your portal.
Oh, Lincoln Block.
Your portal
at Lincoln_block on TikTok. Check it out. This dude. I mean,
take me to your portal.
And the amazing thing is, it's the interior and exterior wall all in one block that you can you can build your own house with these, and then you spray foam them inside. It's amazing. He's gonna join us.
Take me into your portal. I'm ready.
So Sasquatch says.
Take me into your portal. I'm ready.
All right.
Take me into your portal. I'm ready. You do that well.
Okay.
Live long.
All right.
Prosper.
Live long and prosper. After
Good
we've
night.
talked about
Good
Star
night,
Wars.
everybody.
I can't.
So this is my place, and I am so excited for movie night this weekend. I can see the invites already. Come to Tara's for movie night. It's her turn.
Yeah, no, we are not having a movie night here.
Yeah, this is not gonna work. You don't even have a baby. You've got a ton of boxes of diapers.
Those are adult diapers. Look, I don't know what you're talking about. This is very comfy. I kind of tidied it up a little bit for everybody.
What did you tidy up? There's literally a whole entire stack of clothes on top of your TV.
Well, yeah, but listen, you had a movie night. You had a movie night. I get a movie night. Tara gets a movie night. Tara gets a movie night. I'm gonna have a movie night. It's my turn.
Okay, Tara, you're going a little bit insane.
You're not you when you were hoarding.
Maybe you should have a yard sale.
A yard sale? Maybe I will.
Come to our yard sale this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 1002 Hilliard Street in San Marcos.
You don't know what you're missing. This yard sale is going to be the best damn yard sale you've ever seen in your whole entire life. I'm telling you, we got this stuff and that stuff. We got some other stuff, and we're going to be bringing in some more stuff.
Good Lord.
Come to our yard sale, please.
This is Alex Ross reporting live from the San Marcos River. Nobody's here because they're all at the yard sale.
Come to my yard sale where I can't have a movie night.
It worked! Movie night is saved!
This is much better.
Much better. We could definitely have movie night here
I'm
now.
so excited. I'm gonna send out the little invitations now.
No. Cut.
I'm Tara, and everybody better come to my house and have a yard sale because I'm going to sell some things. I'm Tara. Yeah.
Thank you.